Hi people, it's Antar1011 and I am back with a new black and white battle. My opponent today is dsi7000. Check out his YouTube channel. Anyway, I lead off with my El Kabong as he leads off with his pudding. So I'm going to go for the Giga Drain even though I expected there was going to be a switch. Even so, I figured better safe than sorry. And so I get off the Giga Drain and it's not going to be resisted or anything, even though this guy's going to be able to do super effective damage to me. So I decide I'm going to super sleep powder this guy. I hate Cresselias, I really hate them, and so it's really nice just to put him to sleep. And not have to deal with them. So anyway, I pull El Kabong back and send out my Uchikoma, figuring it's time to set up my Metagross sweep. He, of course, is going to call back his Cresselia and goes ahead and sends out his own Roserade. I'm not sure what he was going to do here. I figured he might set up Toxic Spikes, so I left my Uchikoma in and it's put to sleep. But I'm not too concerned because I have a Cleric on this team. So anyway, he goes ahead and sends his Pudding back in as I go ahead and pull out my Uchikoma and send out Mick, my shiny Umbreon. I really should have gone back for Roserade, who also makes a good Cleric, by the way, thanks to Aromatherapy. And I might change that set around. But anyway, he is able to set up his Stealth Rocks, but no one on my team really minds Stealth Rocks over much. I mean, I think I have two Pokemon who are it's super effective, so it does 25%, but that's not that bad. It's not like I have, flying bug types on this team. Anyway, Uchikoma is now awake, and I decide rather than lose a turn switching, I'm going to go ahead and Meteor Mash and try to do some damage to this guy. Meteor Mash is absolutely nothing, but I do get the attack boost. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and break my Air Balloon with Ice Beam, and that is what it is. But now at a plus one, I'm hoping that I can do some serious damage to this guy with Earthquake, which isn't resisted. I could have also done Ice Punch, but Earthquake has more power. And as you see, it does a lot, but only thanks to a crit, so that was kind of hacksy. I really wasn't expecting to do that much, so yeah, but he does a whole lot of damage to me with Earthquake now that I'm on the ground. And he's going to pull back his Pudding and send out Crown, which is his Electivire. I'm not sure whether I can take it. I haven't gotten Agility up. Did I get Agility up? Maybe I did. I don't know. But anyway, I Ice Punch him, and it does a lot of damage, and now he goes ahead and Fire Punches me, and that's going to kill me. And yeah, that's what I figured. No, I didn't. That guy must be running a fairly slow set. Doesn't he like to fire pretty fast? Maybe I got my turns wrong. Anyway, on the Revenge Kill, I send out Lila, my Higidaruma Darmanitan. I like Higidaruma better as a name. Anyway, Flare Blitz is going to be enough to KO it. I figured no sense over predicting and going for something else. I didn't want to use Earthquake instead, in case he switched out like a Hydragion who has Levitate. So I'm going to go ahead and call back my Higidaruma, Darmanitan that is, and send out Ringo, predicting the Surf, and I predicted it quite well. I've got Cursed Body on this guy rather than Water Absorb. It's not actually a choice because I bred it, and Cursed Body is actually a fairly good attack to have, or a fairly good ability to have. And, you know, it already exists water type moves, it's not like that big of a deal. Anyway, I go ahead and Ice Beam. I figured he was probably going to switch, but no sense in, you know, I didn't want to overpredict. So I go ahead and taunt his sleeping Cresselia there, just because when it wakes up, Cresselia can do all manner of support moves, including Recover, and I just didn't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and pummel this guy and just do as much damage as I can. You know, it's wall versus wall, essentially. But I'm going to just keep taunting him so he can't do too much that's bad. So, yeah, wakes up, gets off a Psychic, and that's going to do practically nothing to me. So I'm going to get off another Surf, and on the next turn I'm going to taunt again. It's a shame that I just can't have a continuous taunt up, but it is what it is. So Cresselia goes ahead and does another Psychic. I go for a Surf. Oh, the taunt hasn't worn off yet. The taunt is about to wear off. Yeah, so the taunt wore off, and I was predicting here that he was going to recover, so that's why I went for the taunt rather than just KOing it with Surf. But now I have nothing to fear. Yeah, and as you see, my Ringo is at basically full health. His psychic attacks are doing nothing to me. Although now he gets the defense drop, and I'm like, oh man, seriously? Oh yeah, and I get Cursed Body, which is completely useless because I'm about to take it out anyway. I wish that Cursed Body had happened 2 turns ago, then we'd be talking, then this would be a different story, although he probably would have switched, to be honest. So anyway, next out for him is that friggin' Hydragon? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, Draco Meteor is going to hit super hard and is going to be enough to take me out. And it's at this point I realized, wait a minute, I just lost all my counters to this guy. Crap. Because my main counter to dragon types is my Ice Punch carrying Agilagros. But that's dead now, and so anyway, a little bit of switching here. It's now Roserade versus Roserade. My Sleep Powder misses on the switch. He gets off a super effective extrasensory. I get off a super effective Hidden Power Fire, which doesn't do as much, but because he's not carrying the Hidden Power Fire, he's carrying the extrasensory instead. I know that he's always going to outspeed me. It's not a matter of speed ties. So I go ahead and switch into Mick. Because extrasensory is not going to do anything to me, and I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, so he goes ahead and Sleep Powders me, which I was kind of expecting, but Mick carries a Lumberry because you don't want your cleric to fall asleep, so it's either got to carry Natural Cure, I guess Vital Spirit, although I don't know that there are any clerics that have Vital Spirit, or it's got to have a Lumberry. So, yeah, people think, oh, why would you put Lumberry on a Pokemon that has Synchronize and Heal Bell, and that's why. Anyway, he switches out his Scissor, and I go ahead and send out my Pazuzu, my Zapdos, which is a complete counter to this guy. There's really nothing he can do to me. He gets off on Swords Dance, which is going to, you know, make me a little bit scared. Yeah, he had the Reflect up, and that's gone now. But anyway, yeah, I do manage to scare him away. And I go ahead and go for Heat Wave, not wanting to overpredict. Also, not wanting to use an Electric-type move, considering that I think one of his Pokemon is still Ground. So anyway, don't get the burn hacks or anything, not that it would help me because there's obviously a special Hydreigon. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Anyway, I switch into El Kabong for Death Fodder to take the Draco Meteor. So now at least his Draco Meteor is going to be halved in strength. I really wish I could prevent this guy from switching out. Anyway, I send in my Leela, and I'm hoping that I'm faster than it, but unfortunately it's Scarf, not Specs. And so Leela is going to die because it was outsped. So bye-bye Darmanitan, and I'm going to go ahead and switch Mick back in because, you know, he's at -4 now, I guess, so I know he's going to switch. And I'm just hoping that after a Curse I'll be able to do some damage to his team. So yeah, I get off the Curse. And I'm just really hoping that at +1 I'm going to be able to KO this Swampert before, you know, he KOs me. Or not KOs me, rather, roars me away. So anyway, I go ahead and go for the payback, so it's obvious that he's going to do Roar. And it looks like it's enough thanks to a crit, but unfortunately he survived with like 2 HP. So, hacks, you can call it hacks. I don't consider it hacks because he survived. And it's not like my Zapdos couldn't have taken him out anyway. My Zapdos carries the Hidden Power Grass, 4x effective against this guy. But he's got no HP anyway, so not a problem. Heat Wave is going to be more than enough to take it out. Again, I just didn't want to overpredict. I was hoping that maybe he would switch into his Scissor. That would be stupid, but I guess Hydreigon. So Hydreigion's now goes for the Draco Meteor, and yeah, even though it's only Scarfed, oh right, it's only Scarfed, so I survived with 10 HP, which I hadn't been expecting really. But so I go for the Thunderbolt here, hoping for the Parahacks, because that's my only hope at this point. I'm down to 2 Pokemon, and there's no way I have no counters for this guy unless he gets Parahacks, and he doesn't. So second Draco Meteor is obviously going to be enough to kill me, and now Mick is my only Pokemon left, and he's got 2 left. So, you know, Mick has gotten out of tighter spots than this, but it's not looking very likely. So yeah, I'm just racking up the Stealth Rock damage. I'm going to go ahead and Curse again, because that's really my only hope here. Cursing, and then both of these guys resist my payback, so this isn't going to be good for me at all. Yeah, so nice Curse, and I'm hoping that I can survive this Bug Bite, but thanks to Technician and Stab and the fact that it's super effective, that is going to be enough to take out Mick, even at +1, so that's the game. Hope you enjoyed it. So long.